Hello the internet, welcome back to ELDYNE Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict, and we are back on the Korean server to showcase the next apostle, the next ELDYNE we are getting in the global server, aka Renewa, a character probably most people should be pulling for, in my opinion. Is one of the strongest characters, and for global is most likely gonna be up there with both Yomi and even when you put the journey with Ui. I assume she will be a T0, almost for sure, but at least a tier 1 character, right? Every single ELDYNE in the game, you guys know they are strong characters. I want to go a little bit over the skins she has, her kit translated, so we can see as a reference how she works, and that's about it, basically, nothing else for this video. Also, two things before we go into that, or three things: leave a like, subscribe, have a go to the channel, that's the first one. Second one, new character. She looks really cute. I might be making a video on her to showcase her kit. I like her quite a bit. It's on the website already if you guys want to check her skins. And speaking on the website, that is the other thing I wanted to mention. I updated a couple guides, mostly the Yggdrasil dig site teams and also the general shop. So you guys have the lucky item shop here for the welding shop as well, to what to buy or not for free-to-play and light spenders. But you know, as usual, that shop is mostly bait, and that's about it. Now that out of the way, let's actually go into the Renewa kit and how she works. We can start, instead of with her skills, with what most people care about, because this is a chill casual collector, and that's going to be skins. She has a few skins, alright? A few skins. This is the default costume. Super cute character. Then we have a battle pass skin, $20. So this is probably what we're getting for the next CB pass. Really good skin. I'm getting this 100%. And then we have one casual outfit, which is the casual date, if you wish, if you want to call it that. Which is also pretty good, but I'm getting this one for sure. Also, remember or reminder that Korea got a pretty nice quality of life that I hope Global gets, which is you can select by default what skins a character will get. So you can be like, oh, I want to have random skins selected instead of just having one specific one. Like, I want, if I have BB, to be like, I want this skin and I only this skin, and just 3 of the skins she has to be equipped randomly while I'm in battle, right? Because characters start to have a lot of skins, as you guys can see. So they have added this new system where you can directly put a random skin out of all of the ones they have, which is pretty cool. I think it's a nice system, but yeah, that's just a small incision in there. Back to Renewa, however, those are the 2 skins she has, and now we can go a little bit into her kit. Like I was saying earlier, also for reference, she is a DPS mid lane elf. She is a racist elf, the supremacy race, alright? Now, when it comes to her kit, let's scroll down a little bit and we can talk about that, and then we can well, we're gonna be using Google Translate, so take as a reference, please, because a lot of the times these translations are not that great, in my opinion. I want to make this big enough so you guys can read it with me. Hopefully, this is big enough. And let's start with her freshman skill, Echoes of Time and Space. Concentrates bombardment on enemies, dealing AoE physical damage 5 times. For the first and third bombardments, if the enemy has a buff, one of them is removed and the player attack speed increases. For the second and fourth shots, if the enemy still has shields, it destroys one shield and restores your own HP. And then the final bombardment will proc both of these things. So we'll remove a buff from an enemy, increase your attack speed, remove a shield from the enemy, and restore your own HP. Renewa will be the counter to any character with shields in the game, and that obviously will include the green character and the queen herself, Bibi. Alright, so my girl will get absolutely destroyed by Renewa 100%. She is the counter to any character with shields, which tend to be most of the green units, so she will be terrorizing PvP for a little bit probably. That's her freshman skill, and then we can see the preview right here. She's going to be doing a bunch of different shots, and then we're going to be removing buffs from the enemy, removing shields from the enemy, and increasing her own attack speed, while also recovering her own HP. Pretty good, right? At level 10, it's a 850% physical damage. It's going to be increasing 80% of attack speed for 10 seconds, and it's going to be recovering 25% of your max HP when you destroy a shield. So it's a really strong skill from the get-go. Now we can go into her senior skill, which is a 50-second cooldown for PvP 34. Huge cooldown, but at the same time, really strong skill as well. So Gradually accelerates all allies' action speed and reduce damage taken. This is simply increasing the attack speed. Gradually slows down all enemy actions and temporarily halt them. While freezing enemies, you deal physical AoE physical damage to all enemies. This effect only applies to targets on the field when cast. So you're gonna be doing some nice damage, 600% to all enemies. You're gonna be increasing haste, 32%. We'll see if this is attack speed or it includes something else as well. But 32% for 7 seconds. And stun enemies for 3 seconds, while also reducing damage taken for every ally on the team for 30% for 10 seconds, right? And that is at level 1, by the way. At level 10, this goes to 1680%, 70% attack speed, enemy stun is still 3 seconds by 30%, the damage taken on 10 seconds. So, and we can get this to level 14, 15 with the Journey in Global, so it's only gonna be probably even a bigger nuke, right? So, really good skill. It's just a long ass cooldown, so you have to remember to save this for emergencies or just for the last wave, or depending what type of game mode you are playing, right? But it's a pretty powerful skill. We can see the preview right there. Okay, she's just gonna go into the air, start accelerating everyone's action while reducing everyone, and finally freezing them for a little bit while dealing extra damage. And then we have her basic attack, which is simply just, fighting magical engineering energy at enemies, dealing physical damage, and the enhanced attack. Every 4th attack, you will fire an AoE physical damage attack instead of just a single target one, and this will also increase your attack power for a certain period of time, which is a 15% for 8 seconds. Pretty good basic attack, which also will empower yourself, right? Instead of doing the single target, every 4th attack you do an AoE that will also increase your own attack. Pretty cool. And now we can talk a little bit about her journey. You all know journeys are a reference from the Korean server because, well, they are different for us in global, right? Or they tend to be different for global. We can use them as a reference, and they tend to be accurate, but it heavily depends on the character, so use only as a reference, right? So aside, we will ignore the first skill as usual because it's just stats for the character. The third skill increases damage to all allies by 22%. That is huge if that is also the case for global, while giving you crit hit resistance and overall critical hit, another 4%, pretty good. And then the 2-star, which is the one that will be changing her kit, is what is going to be pretty good as well. So she becomes immune to stuns and to provocation, right? I'm pretty sure provocation is just stuns. Or sorry, towns, whatever you want to be calling it. Whenever one of the following conditions is met, a missile is dropped on the enemy in the center. When the time is 6-8 seconds after you are stunned or mutated, or when a single hit deals direct damage equal to 7% or more of max HP. This will happen mostly when you are doing your senior and freshman skills. On the other characters, she will be throwing an extra missile dealing 400% physical damage, which is pretty nice. Missiles deal area of effect physical damage to enemies and increase the cooldown of senior skills when they hit. When the missile explodes, the cooldown for your senior skill is reduced. So, even if it's 50 seconds, this can be shortened quite a bit if you are actually getting her journey to A2, because you will be able to actually reduce the cooldown every time a missile explodes, and you can be throwing them basically on 2 conditions. When a single hit is going to be dealing more than 7% or more of max HP. I think this is to the enemy, not to you, but we'll see. And then when an enemy is either stunned or mutated, you will also be able to throw one. So that is pretty nice. And it's a pretty decent damage as well. I assume depending on the team composition, you will be able to spam a lot of these missiles to be able to reduce the cooldown on the senior, to be to actually use it multiple times per battle rather than just maybe 1 or twice, because 50 seconds is a long ass time. But that's pretty nice. I like her kit quite a bit. I most likely will be going for the A2 because it's an ELDYNE, and I would like to at least try to get them all to 5 stars. We'll see how much we get shafted. For the global server, I think I have enough devotion to not have to worry, but it's an I think. I don't remember right now how much devotion I have. So let me really quickly go to globals and I can check my pulls. I know we do have pulls, so that's fine, but when it comes to ELDYNE banners, they are really bad. For some reference, my Yomi banner, the first banner we got, I did 900 pulls for 5 stars, and I only got 2 Yomis. I had to ticket the rest, like 900 pulls, and I only got 2. Now, Granted, that was Omega unlucky, right? I don't think most people will get on that situation, but still. So right now I have 1800 devotion. Most likely I will be using most of it, if not all, for Renewa. Like I'll pull or try to do like 200 pulls for her, see if we get a copy. Hopefully, or I wish we could get 2, and then just use devotion to exchange for the A2 and call it a day, because ELDYNE banners are just awful. The 0.6% is just not enough, right? It's not enough. That said, that's everything for this one. As usual, guys, we are live every single day. Any questions you guys might have, feel free to leave a comment down below. Good luck with your pool, later dates, and I'll see you on the next one.